Okay guys, I've decided to do another slow motion video. So here we have the forks with the stickers on. They're some 2013 XCF 350 forks in stock configuration, so fairly soft. And then coming up here we've got my forks without the stickers on, so they're being dynoed at about 21 kg per meter per second, so what most people would deem as fairly stiff. So this video footage was shot at 240 frames per second, and then it's been slowed down in the video editor to about 5% of its original speed. So we're just going to run through this here, and then we're going to do it frame by frame. So we've got the data logger working a little bit better, so we're now sampling at 1,000 samples per second, or one sample every millisecond. The bump was a 150mm bump. I did a fresh cut every now and then to make sure it was all pretty even between the forks. So here we go again, another XCF one. And then once we're done that, we'll cut into frame by frame. Now, bear with me because I'm not an IT expert, so this is a little bit painful, but there's going to be some interesting things to note here. So we speed it up to the bump. So the XCF forks, they do produce a higher peak velocity, obviously because they're softer, so they're about 7 to 7.4 meters per second, and they produce that at about 21 milliseconds into the compression stroke, so definitely later than the supposedly stiff forks. The stiff forks, they produce a peak velocity of about 5 to 5.4 meters per second in about 15 milliseconds, so about 5 milliseconds prior to the soft forks. And the two forks seem to cross over at about 4 meters per second, as you'll see in the graph towards the end there. So here we go. This is the stiff forks. You'll see the tire deflection, or tire squish, sorry, as we hit the bump. The tire's going to squish up, and we'll see frame by frame as it moves through. So here we go, tire squish there, start to displace. So like I say, 15 milliseconds into the compression stroke is peak velocity, and it starts to slow down before it reaches full displacement, and then starts to come back. Now we'll do another one with the stiff forks, but towards the end I want you to pay particular attention to the soft forks and just watch how aggressively the chassis pitches over the wheel. So we're going to go to another one with these forks here in a second. This one's really good. We get heaps of tire squish here. So coming in to slowing down frame by frame again. So you'll see this tire really flatten out on this one, so this is a fresh cut. So recut the bump. Plenty of tire squish. Moving down pretty quick. And watch. We'll see we use 147mm of displacement, so we just watch the wheel roll over the bump, and the chassis is going to come back to about 68mm. See it spring back, but we want to pay particular attention to this this last XCF one, because it's pretty aggressive how the chassis pitches over the wheel. So we'll see it in a second. Come through. Here's our XCF. I'm going to do the same thing, slow it down frame by frame. Again, we're going to get a really good tire squish here. A fresh bit of bump. Plenty of tire squish right there. The chassis really starts to work up and over. So obviously higher peak velocities deeper into the stroke, which means we're producing more force deeper into the stroke. And watch the wheel get quite light there. And now we're going to push the chassis back to about 68mm again. So that chassis obviously moved more than the stiff fork though. And here we go, here's our graph. So we can see definitely, without a doubt, the softer forks take a little bit longer to get moving. Like I say, they cross over at about 4 meters per second. Being that everything under the line is essentially force, because our force is directly related to our velocity, we can see that the soft forks produce more force deeper in the stroke, or later in the stroke. So that's why that we do this pressure balance thing. Just assuming that high peak velocities or high velocities are good is detrimental to tuning good suspension. So I'll leave it with you guys. Like I say, make of it what you will, but all the stuff that we've been learning about is validated. There's a reason why so many guys find it so effective. So yeah, I'll leave it with you. Thanks, guys.